No kisses. Sweeter than pooper. Dee, 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 dee.
And oop.
How does that... Well, I guess it's based on Link. Like, Link sleeps till 4 or something? Because all day today, I'm like, it's weird that he's not out.
Well, this morning when he came home, I told him, like, I want you to shower. I want you to be home. We're going to watch the Kings game.
Yeah.
And I said, I kind of don't want you going anywhere, but, you know. And he's like, yeah, I probably won't.
Yeah.
And oop.
So, the Kings just lost in Game 7 versus the Warriors in the first round of the NBA playoffs. And how do we watch the Kings game, honey? How would you describe the process? The final product on our gorgeous 70-inch television that I got for free from Walmart. I didn't steal it.
It's similar to people who are shipwrecked on an island trying to make a radio out of a coconut.
Yeah.
It's very on par with that process.
Yeah. Well, I've been a cord cutter for decades, since my 20s. Because it never made sense to me to be like, I'm going to pay for cable and internet. I've always been like, if I have internet, I have endless amounts of entertainment, video options. So I've never paid for cable since the late 90s. And so I refuse to pay for cable to watch the Kings games. So we've been watching them, and there's pixelation. It's like watching Lennox play Minecraft.
We have a little antenna.
Yeah.
A little plastic thing that is pasted toward the wall.
Yes.
And we can only watch the weekend Kings games.
Right. Well, that's a whole nother issue. Like weekday Kings games, and this goes for NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball. But weekday games are reserved for cable TV, and then the local stations get the weekend games, and it has to do with ticket sales and blackouts and ad revenue in the end, commercials, money. But I haven't paid for cable for decades. I refuse to pay for cable, even though you can get like the whatever it's called, the basic cable, the skinny bundle, which is $20-ish a month to get the networks. But so where we are in West Sacramento, I got a flat TV antenna that I placed on the wall. We get NBC, Fox, and CBS crystal clear. They're grand on our television. But for whatever reason, Channel 10, which carries the Kings games, has a Kings games deal. It's a pain in the ass. So it doesn't come in clear, and I've moved all around, holding the antenna, holding aluminum foil in my hands. My hands are up, my hands are down, trying to place it everywhere, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. I can't find crystal clear reception like I can with the other 3 networks. So I was just like, well, I don't want to pay anything for cable TV. So we're just going to have to manage. So how do we watch the Kings game? Hecka-pixels, okay? It's like 8-bit Nintendo up in here. For whatever reason, our light in the kitchen, fluorescent lights, cannot be on. Or if they're on, the Kings game is unwatchable. So normally, with the lights off, the Kings game comes through like 70%.
It's very sensitive.
Yes.
But if I'm in the kitchen,
yes,
as I often am because I'm a woman.
Yeah, barefoot.
If I'm cooking in the kitchen, which I usually am during the games.
That's why I got married.
If the light's on, then the picture's even worse.
Yes.
It's terrible. But as soon as we turn the lights off in the kitchen, it goes back to 70%.
70-ish%. Right. I think this is misogyny, courtesy of David Stern. But we got to keep the kitchen lights off. And you were making white chicken chili today. So you had the kitchen lights on so you could chop and you wouldn't cut yourself, maim yourself. But I was like, honey, turn off that fluorescent light in there. And then for whatever reason, you on the couch, the reception goes down 5 to 10%. But you in the kitchen, it goes up 5 to 10%. It's bizarre. It's crazy.
Me in the kitchen with the lights off.
Yes.
Because it hates electricity.
Yes.
But if I'm in the kitchen, then the TV is happy and we get an 80% clear image of the Kings game.
Yeah. And then audio is another thing. So if there's square blocks of pixels over here and over there not coming through, okay, that's fine. 70, 80%, like you said. But audio, it's all or nothing. So like this is what we listen to. This is the play-by-play. The color commentary is what and we have captions going on, but it's a mess, dude. And on the other hand, who cares? So I go on the radio station's website that carries the Sacramento Kings, and I play it, and it works. It's fine. You don't have to go to the NBA League Pass or whatever crap they have, subscription service they have. It's fine. It works. It's coming through. It's clear. But it's like 3 to 4 minutes behind the video gameplay.
So far behind. So the image, which is not very clear, but we can tell what's going on.
Yes.
Somebody's already scored. They've already done 2 free throw shots because of a foul.
Right.
And then the audio on the radio is back 2-3 plays behind. Like the foul hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah.
And this was all night tonight, all afternoon today.
Yeah.
This is what we're listening to.
Yeah. It'll be like 8 minutes left in the second quarter on the TV, and then on the radio it's 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Who knows why? Who knows? To be frank, who cares? When I was a young man, a boy, Grandpa Curtis, my stepdad, he would put the Padres games up on the TV because obviously video is superior. Is the preferable method of choice of consumption of media, sports media. But he would put the Padres on the TV, mute the TV, and then because the Padres broadcasters, specifically Jerry Coleman, was an outstanding play-by-play guy, announcer guy. So Grandpa Curtis throw up the video, mute the TV, turn on the radio, which was the size of like a package from Amazon, very large. He would turn on Jerry Coleman, the radio, but it would be more in sync.
That's me.
Oh, I thought that was Frankie. So the video and Jerry Coleman, and a little bit of Ted Leitner, another San Diego broadcasting institution. But so that's what we had going on today. That I was like, dude, this is like Grandpa Curtis. We had video on the TV. I muted the TV. I put on the laptop, the radio station. It's either 1320 or the other radio station. I don't really care. KHTK. That plays the Kings game. And it was behind. It was more in sync 40 years ago for whatever reason. But you get it. I mean, we were digging it. And the video, it comes and it goes. But the score on the bottom is really what you're paying attention to. So, it's 32-35. And then the action on the court, not so great. But I think it's fine. I refuse to pay money.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And we're never going to watch sports. We watched the We watch the Super Bowl every year.
We pray the Super Bowl is on one of the 3 stations we get. We get 3.5 TV stations.
So when it comes to sports, we watch the Super Bowl, and then we only watched the basketball finals because the Kings were in it.
Yeah.
We're not going to watch any more now that they're out.
Yeah.
And we haven't up to this year.
Yeah.
So.
And only because Lennox has shown some proclivity towards professional sports, which I want to foster and encourage.
Right.
So we've been watching it, but they lost in Game 7 by whatever it was, 20, almost 20, around 20.
Oof,
it was bad, but I think it's fine, and I think Lennox will be talking about this at school on Monday, and in 20 to 30 years, remember Vince?
It's been fun.
Da Vinci? Yeah.
And from our living room window, we can see the beam at Doko. When the beam is lit, we can see it. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
On one hand, I'm happy it's over.
Yes.
Because the stress of, are they going to win? Are they going to lose? It's been too much. I'm stressed out. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I wish they'd kind of continued with the season because it's fun. Lennox has gotten excited.
Yes.
So.
Yes. It's something we can do with him. But so we watch Below Deck, and sometimes the sub. Listen, I'm out there, okay? I'm on the web. I'm on the dark web. But sometimes the subtitles are there. Sometimes they're completely out of sync. Sometimes they're perfect. But you just deal. You get it. You get about 60 to 70% of the experience, like we did with the playoffs.
We watch subtitles with every show.
Oh yeah.
And I've been reading. I've been seeing things here and there that this is sort of a phenomenon with like the younger generations of watching subtitles with everything.
For sure.
I can't recall when I started. Was that something you and I started together, or is that something you've always been into?
I've always, always, but at least a decade.
I used to only watch subtitles when it was like very like technical, like science, or a lot of like military dialogue.
Yeah.
But at some point it changed to now I need subtitles with everything that I watch.
Yeah.
I can't do without it.
I want subtitles when we go to the movies. Well, it's a lot of the movies, there's bumbling, or like Chris Nolan, there's so much sound and special effects and it's like, dude, just give me the subtitles. And listen, like I said, I've been out there, honey. I'm out there on the dark web.
Oh dear.
I've looked for illegal streams. I found illegal streams of NBA games, and they suck. If you're staring at your laptop by yourself, it's fine. But you're trying to watch it on the TV, throwing it up on the TV via Chromecast, it's a nightmare. There's pop-ups, there's spyware, there's ads. It's such a pain in the ass.
They make it so difficult to steal.
Right. It's almost like the NBA doesn't care about the game, honey. The NBA playoffs have been hit and miss with us and our home and our family. Is this why the dad of one of Lennox's friends ghosted me? Like, we were texting, and then he stopped texting me, and I was like, what's up with that?
You recently had a friend boy ghost you.
Yeah. Well, so Lennox was spending the night. It was his first night spending the night at a new friend's house. So we went over there to kind of check out what's going. Really, I just want to see if they're hoarders, how much clutter is going on, so I can look down.
You want to compare their home to ours?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I can feel better about myself. And it was fun. Well, we stayed outside, but I looked through the windows. On the low, honey. Low key looked through the windows. There were a couple dogs, but there wasn't much hoarding going on. But we dropped him off, and then we picked him up the next day. And well, first of all, we picked him up early in the morning, and he was eating breakfast with friend and friend's dad. And we just sat outside.
Right, because we wanted to give him time to finish his breakfast.
Right.
we didn't want to intrude or
Right.
show up too early.
It was a bad situation. Bad situation. So we stayed in the car, and then Lennox eventually came out. A couple of minutes, not too bad. And then I texted this dad, and I said, hey, thanks for taking care of Len. Thanks for hosting him. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you later. We'll see you again. And that was it. Radio silence. He left me on red. He left me on red. Yeah.
Didn't you put a winky face emoji?
Yes.
Okay, you left this detail out because I think the winky face emoji is what turned him off. Like that, just the text of that message was fine, but you threw an emoji. It was a winky face. I think that was a big turnoff.
I'm very sensitive to tone. I like emojis. I like emoticons. Maybe he's not the kind of guy who likes emojis.
I think doing an emoji is a risk.
It is.
And
it is. Do you do? It's definitely in work email. Emoticons and emojis.
Yep. Yeah, in work emails you want to avoid it totally. But even in social situations on text on your phone, you have to know your audience. And this was a man you got his number 24 hours prior.
Yeah.
So you don't know him.
Yeah.
You don't know what he likes, what he dislikes.
I jumped the gun too soon.
Yeah.
Too much too soon. He wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
He was like, this Fruit Loop. Well, you get thumbs ups from various moms.
Yeah.
Moms of Luna's friends.
Yes. Very excessive with the thumbs up, which I am averse to.
Yeah.
Like, give me a word.
Give me
Use your words.
Give me a lowercase k. K.
Anything. Any word.
A thumbs up. A thumbs up is like liking a text message. It's just there's nothing there for me. So yeah, the Warriors won, and it was a blowout.
Oh, it's very sad.
Yeah.
And oop.
So I told Len Monday when he goes to school, any Kings fans, friends of his who are Kings fans who seem a little put out, a little dejected, a little sad, I said, you tell them this is what you get for caring about professional sports, loser.
How dare you have hope?
Yeah.
How dare you put all your eggs in that basket?
Yeah. This is what you get for caring about millionaires playing a children's game. And how about you love your family and care about things that...
How about you care about your grades?
Matter. And how about you hit the books? How about you study? Make fun of... Because my eventual goal is for people to realize that caring about sports is stupid.
That's your goal in life?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's my mission. It's why I was put on this earth. Just for people to realize that caring about entertainment in general, if you take a Marvel movie really seriously, or...
And oop.
Yes, caring about sports is dumb. And why would you be there for the lows? For the highs, okay, hop on the bandwagon. If like the Kansas City Chiefs, who just won the Super Bowl, right? Be like, I'm a Chiefs fan when they win the Super Bowl. But the Kings haven't been in the playoffs in 17-ish years. They lose in the first round this year. Why would you deal with the heartbreak and the sadness? Why would you do that to yourself?
Because
it fucking drives me
you
crazy.
can't be a fair weather fan.
Yes, you can. No. Yes, you can. I disagree.
There's no honor in that. You have to be a fan through thick and thin.
I don't care.
You have to.
There's no honor in caring about...
It's all or nothing.
Millionaires bouncing a ball. These millionaires live in Sacramento for 6 months a year playing... these other millionaires who live in the Bay Area for 6 months a year. Who cares? And listen, I used to love professional sports. I grew up on the Padres. I grew up on the Chargers. I like the Knicks for whatever reason.
That's out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, but when I got in my 20s, college age, I was just like, this is so dumb. Like, who cares? It's purely entertainment.
You couldn't handle the heartache of losing.
Exactly. So I was like, what am I doing to myself? Who cares? It was just like, why? Like, these athletes make a ton of money. The owners make a ton of money. The networks that broadcast this crap make a ton of money. And I'm sitting there like, I'm so sad. I'm so bummed. I'm so upset that the Chargers lost.
So you didn't want to be a pawn in this capitalist scheme.
Exactly.
I support 100%.
Exactly. I remember smoking marijuana, watching NFL games, right? And I'd watch them, and I would just be like, this is all about money, man.
They're using you.
Yes.
They want your money.
Yes.
They want your fandom and your attention. Oh,
yes. Yeah. And I can appreciate athleticism in sports.
That's why we have the Olympics.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Which
that's a scheme unto itself, though.
The IOC has its own issues. But I can appreciate athleticism and feats of sport.
That's why we should all support our local high school sports.
Yes. And then say, if you can make it to college, great. But if not, it's time to move on.
You get that scholarship, Brew.
Yeah.
You get yourself through college by any means necessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do what it takes.
And if they don't,
I still love you.
Go into a practical field.
Become a dentist.
Yes. Yes.
And oop.
I want the guy who ghosted me, the dad of one of Lennox's friends, to give me a second chance.
I know.
I want to shoot my shot. I want to be friends.
You deserve a second chance.
I want to lift with him. I want to go to the bar with him.
Well, what can you do?
Apologize for not. It was improper protocol. I should, even though Len texted us that he was having breakfast, so we just waited outside the house. I should have gone to the door, rang the doorbell, and said, "Hello,
hey man,
hey man, we're just out here waiting." Back in the day, I used to have a roommate. Her name was Lori, lovely gal, but she had a boyfriend who would drive to our where we were staying, our home. We lived in the house. He would drive, and he wouldn't come to the door. He would just text her that he's outside, so come outside, come to my car, and they would go to their date or whatever. And me and my other roommates would be like, dude, that's hecka disrespectful.
That's so weird.
That's not cool. Right. Come to the door. Hello. Hey, Vince. Is Lori ready? Oh, she's getting ready. It'll just be a minute. Come on inside.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Come hang out on the couch. Yeah. So this Lennox's friend's dad would have been like, oh, there'll be a minute. Just come in.
Yeah.
Have a pancake. He was making pancakes.
Oh,
yeah.
That would have been so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I regret it so much.
I know.
We have to facilitate another meetup somehow.
Yeah? It's been a couple months.
Well, like something with the boys so that you can interact with them again. Redeem yourself.
Yeah. I do. I want a friend.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's better to have loved and lost than have never loved at all.
And oop.
Can just do what I just said as our ending.
Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for BetterHelp. We don't have a promo code for BetterHelp.
That's a scam, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen YouTube's exposing.
Yes.
What is the exact scam? They just match people up with people who are sort of psychologists or
I can't remember.
shady.
I can't remember,
Yeah.
but it's a scam. That's all I know.
Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may be trying to impress a man in his 40s so we can be friends. But I'm still a good person. We're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day /night. Oh, bye-bye.